Emily Carter never imagined her life would turn out this way. At 31, she was sitting on the edge of a worn-out couch in a one-bedroom apartment in Ohio, holding a sleeping 3-year-old boy in her arms while staring at an unpaid electricity bill on the table. The room was quiet, except for the hum of an old refrigerator that barely worked. This was not the future she dreamed of. 5 years earlier, Emily had been full of hope. She was married. She had a stable life. She believed love was enough. But life had other plans. Her husband walked out when their son Noah was just 6 months old. No goodbye, no explanation, just a note and silence. Suddenly, Emily was not just heartbroken, she was responsible for a tiny human who depended on her for everything. She worked 2 jobs, morning shifts at a grocery store, night shifts cleaning offices. Sleep became a luxury, dreams became dangerous. People around her didn't encourage her, they warned her. You should be realistic. Single moms don't build big lives. Just survive, that's enough. But something inside Emily refused to accept that. Every night, after putting Noah to sleep, she sat near the window with her laptop. The screen light was dim, her eyes were tired, but her mind was awake. She wasn't scrolling social media, she was learning. She watched free videos about business. She read blogs about startups. She listened to podcasts while folding laundry. She didn't fully understand everything, but she understood one thing clearly. Skills can change lives. Money follows value, and value is learned. One night, she wrote something on a sticky note and placed it above her desk. I may be poor today, but I am not powerless. That sentence became her anchor. Days were still hard, bills still arrived, Noah still cried at night, and exhaustion still followed her everywhere. But now she had a secret, a vision no one else could see. Emily noticed something at her grocery store job. Customers often complained about how hard it was to order groceries online from local stores. The big platforms ignored small towns. Local stores didn't understand technology. There was a gap, a problem waiting for a solution. She didn't have money to build a company. Emily's life was about to test her in ways she never imagined. Her small business started gaining attention. Stores in nearby towns wanted her help. She was growing. But with growth came new challenges. Some clients didn't pay. Some technical problems she couldn't solve. Some nights her laptop crashed mid-project. Emily had no backup money, no safety net, just her determination and a 3-year-old who still needed bedtime stories. One night, after a 16-hour day, she sat exhausted on her chair. Her eyes were bloodshot, her back hurt, her hands shook. She opened her laptop. An email from a potential investor blinked. We are not interested. Good luck. She closed the laptop. She wanted to cry. She wanted to scream. She wanted to quit. But then she looked at Noah sleeping beside her, and she remembered the sticky note. I may be poor today, but I am not powerless. Emily took a deep breath. She decided that no would not define her. Failure would not define her. She worked harder. She learned coding. She read books on business strategies. She studied marketing trends. Emily was turning rejection into fuel. Months went by. She faced sleepless nights. She faced angry clients. She faced self-doubt. Emily's life was about to test her in ways she never imagined. Her small business started gaining attention. Stores in nearby towns wanted her help. She was growing. But with growth came new challenges. Some clients didn't pay. Some technical problems she couldn't solve. Some nights her laptop crashed mid-project. Emily had no backup money, No safety net, just her determination and a 3-year-old who still needed bedtime stories. One night, after a 16-hour day, she sat exhausted on her chair. Her eyes were bloodshot, her back hurt, her hands shook. She opened her laptop. An email from a potential investor blinked. "We are not interested. Good luck." She closed the laptop. She wanted to cry. She wanted to scream. She wanted to quit. But then she looked at Noah sleeping beside her, and she remembered the sticky note. "I may be poor today, but I am not powerless." Emily took a deep breath. She decided that no would not define her. Failure would not define her. She worked harder. She learned coding. She read books on business strategies.
By the time Emily reached
she studied
33,
marketing trends.
her small
Emily
kitchen
was
table
turning
business
rejection
had turned into a
fuel.
team of 5.
Months went
Her
by.
company,
She
Carter
faced
Tech
sleepless
Solutions,
nights.
was
She
helping
faced
small
angry
and
clients.
mid-sized
She
stores
faced
go digital.
self-doubt.
She
But
had
something
clients across 3
incredible
states
happened.
now.
One of her
But with
projects
growth
became
came
hugely
unexpected
successful.
challenges.
A local
Some employees didn't meet her expectations. Some clients were difficult to manage. Competitors started noticing her work. One morning, Emily received an email that shook her to the core. "We are considering a lawsuit against Carter Tech Solutions for copyright infringement." Emily froze. Her heart pounded. She had never even thought about lawsuits. She contacted a lawyer, spent a small fortune, and worked around the clock to prove her innocence. It took 3 stressful weeks. Noah cried when she skipped bedtime stories, but Emily refused to quit. Finally, the case was dismissed. She felt an overwhelming mix of relief and exhaustion. That night, she wrote in her journal, "The higher you rise, the harder they push back. I will not fall, not now, not ever." Soon after, Emily received her first multi-million-dollar offer. A nationwide supermarket chain wanted her to digitize 200 stores with her technology. The deal was worth $2.5 million. It was the opportunity she had dreamed of. But fear crept in. Could she handle such a massive project? What if she failed? She looked at Noah sleeping and felt a wave of determination. If not me, then who? If not now, then when? Emily accepted the deal. She hired additional staff, she rented a small office, she coordinated with suppliers, developers, and marketing teams. The project was grueling. There were late nights, missed meals, and endless phone calls. But Emily led with vision and grit. 3 months later, the project...
Emily's company, Carter Tech Solutions, was no longer small. It had offices in 3 states, dozens of employees, and a reputation that extended nationwide. By the age of 36, her net worth had crossed $100 million. She could have stopped. She could have retired comfortably. She could have settled into a life of luxury and ease. But Emily had bigger dreams. She remembered her own struggles as a single mother, the nights she cried over unpaid bills, the fear of not being able to provide for Noah, the countless people who told her she wouldn't succeed. She decided to scale further. Emily focused on 2 strategies. 1, expanding her technology into e-commerce platforms nationwide. 2, investing in startups led by women, single mothers, and underrepresented entrepreneurs. Every decision she made was calculated. Every move was strategic. By the age of 38, Emily officially became a billionaire. The media called her the single mom who beat the odds. She was invited to speak at conferences, universities, and business panels. But fame brought scrutiny. People questioned her methods. Some competitors spread false rumors. Some critics doubted her philanthropy. Emily learned an important truth. Success comes with both admiration and criticism. She handled it with grace. She never lost sight of her mission.
Her first major philanthropic initiative was the Carter Empowerment Fund, dedicated to providing resources and mentorship for single mothers looking to start businesses. She personally mentored dozens of women. She ensured they had access to funding, education, and guidance. Through her efforts, hundreds of families' lives changed. Stories of women who, like Emily, transformed their lives began pouring in. But Emily's most cherished moments were the quiet ones with Noah. Watching him grow up, seeing him learn and explore, reminded
Years had passed since Emily Carter first sat on that worn-out couch, clutching her baby and staring at unpaid bills. Now she stood in front of a room full of aspiring entrepreneurs, her company thriving, her impact growing, and her heart full. She looked at their eager faces and smiled, because she knew the truth. Success isn't measured by wealth alone. It's measured by the courage to keep moving when everything seems impossible. Emily began to speak, her voice calm but powerful. I was once where you are, struggling, exhausted, uncertain. I was told I couldn't make it, that my dreams were too big, that my circumstances defined me. But I refused to listen. I refused to give up. And today, I want you to know, you can do it too. Her story was no longer about herself. It was about hope, about proving that adversity can be the catalyst for greatness. She shared the lessons she had learned. 1. Persistence overcomes fear. Fear is inevitable. Failure is inevitable. But if you persist, you will find a way. 2. Small steps lead to big wins. Every project, every client, every late night mattered. It added up. Your small actions compound into life-changing results. 3. Invest in yourself. Knowledge, skills, and self-belief are more valuable than money. They are the foundation of everything. 4. Surround yourself with support. Build a network, find mentors, and seek people who encourage you. Isolation only makes challenges harder. 5. Lift others as you rise. True success is not just about wealth or fame. It's about helping others succeed along the way. Emily paused and looked out at the audience. She saw tears in some eyes, hope in others. She thought of Noah, now a curious, confident young boy who inspired her every day. If I can do it, so can you. If I can turn despair into opportunity, rejection into momentum, poverty into prosperity, so can you. Don't let anyone tell you your circumstances define your future. Dream big.